at approximately 30 yards. This is their target, and doing pretty good. This one, I flinched past that. You know. So in order to cock this thing, they have the cocking, like a cocker groove right here. Just gonna take the rope. Seated in there really nice. Catch these on here. Obviously flip the stirrup, and you're going to pull with your upper back. Now when you pull that up, it has an automatic safety that kicks on, which is really cool. Most crossbows have that. And then what's really nice is if there's no bolt for the carrier, can't take the safety off, which is an awesome feature, so you don't have to worry about dry fire and basically damaging your bow, your crossbow. So, bolt, slide it in there properly, and we're doing 30 here. Alright, I'm going to go for right middle. I have no idea where that went.
I think you're dead on.
I know, hit the target. So.
Yeah, right there. You can see it. Right middle. You got it.
Go ahead and have a look. No, I pulled it.
What are you talking about? Am I not seeing it?
That's the thing, I keep pulling.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you come to the
This is
archery range.
why you go to YouTube and do editing. Oh my gosh, that's insane!
Yeah, but he said right middle, not bottom middle. No, but this is why you constantly, you fire and you shoot, you practice. So that way you get to know that piece of equipment. So when you're out and you get that kill shot lined up, it's quick and it's clean, it's ethical. You're not like some of these people that think you're just Robin Hood or Legolas or just foam. It's like, really, dude? So, all right. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna go ahead and do a follow-up as I normally do. We'll go over the specs. So, thanks a lot. All right. So this is inside the scope. So as you can see, you got the little tick marks. It's really not all that focused really well. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on. There you go. You got the blue. So as you can see, that's really illuminated really well, and you can also dim it, which is pretty cool. Then obviously the other color that you're going to get is red. Again, this is actually, I find this to be really cool that you can switch between these two. I'm trying to get my camera to focus here. And so again, this is dimmable as well. You just keep turning it and it gets brighter, brighter, and it's pretty ridiculous as to how bright that gets. The blue though shows up really well. If I can pull this out a little bit here, see if that makes it any better. Go back to the red. That's the brightest that the red is. And it just dims down. There you go. Back to the blue. Again, so far the blue is my favorite. Probably because it's my favorite color, and it just gets brighter. It's pretty obscene. So I mean, obviously, depending on the time of day and your environment as to where you're at, it's going to determine which color you go with. But I thought this was actually an awesome feature because you can switch between red and blue as opposed to the pretty common red and green. Hey everybody, I know it's been a minute. With that being said, today we're going to be going over the Rocky Mountain 405. As you can tell, it's a crossbow. Duh. So really quick, we're just going to jam through the overall specs. Okay, so the speed is 405 feet per second, which hence Rocky Mountain 405 or RM 405. Weighs approximately 7.4 pounds or 7.5 pounds. The kinetic energy, it delivers 139 foot-pounds, which from experience it's impressive. It's pretty impressive. The power stroke is 14.5 inches. Draw weight is 200 pounds. But don't worry, with the rope cocker groove, which is back here, you can't see it because of this, back here, you don't really have to, you don't have to be a bodybuilder to cock this thing, which is awesome. The width axle to axle or cam to cam is approximately 18.5 inches. That's with an uncocked cock, it's 14.5, and the overall length is 35 inches. Some of the features that drew me to this, because this is my first ever crossbow, outside of the price, I got it on sale, so it was actually pretty competitive. Originally, this retails at like 300. I literally got it for half that with tax, so I was pretty stoked. It does come with 3 Carbon Express pile drivers, which a couple of my buddies that they use crossbows, they go bow hunting a lot, and they were very adamant to get these. These are actually apparently some of the best in the market. I went to guidefitter.com. There'll be a link in the description where you can order those online as well. And if you're a veteran or first responder or of that nature, then you can actually apply for a discount. And these go from, when you get the discount, it goes from like $60 down to like $40. That's with shipping. So that was seriously impressive. But back to this. One of the other things outside of the price that drew me to this was the fact the scope. The scope itself, obviously, it comes with a cool little cover, clear lens there. You got a yellow lens here. It is an illuminated reticle. What I thought was interesting with that, normally with an illuminated reticle, it goes red-green, right? I mean, pretty much every red dot or whatever. This isn't a red dot, which I got some video footage of that as well for you guys to be able to see through there. It's actually pretty cool. It goes red and blue. And it has different illumination settings. But what I thought was interesting is, like during the day, you can flip over to blue, and has a really good contrast, or you can immediately switch over to red. At night, when it starts to go to dusk, green it's okay, but I found the blue worked really well. But if it gets a bit too dark, depending on where you're at, and depending on what your state laws are and your state hunting regulations and laws, flip that over to red and it's perfect contrast. One of the other things that I thought was awesome about it is the safety feature. Once you cock this back, it automatically engages the safety. What they don't tell you is, even if you have it cocked and there's no bolt in here, it will not let you fire that. It won't let you fire the bolt. It won't even let you turn the safety off. Once you put a bolt in there, it hits a little pin back here, then it allows you to turn the safety off. But even if you cock this back with no bolt, it turns the safety on, and if there is no bolt in there, it will not let you turn that safety off, which, as we all know, it mitigates any risk of you dry firing it, hurting yourself, or damaging the crossbow. Some of the other things that it comes with is, when you have a look with this mount here, it comes with another mount, so you can mount your quiver either parallel, which is what I have. I found that to be a lot easier, or you can mount it horizontally, which when I bought it, it was like that, and I kept hitting my bolts. Switched over the parallel, and it just seemed a lot easier. Seemed to work really well. The other thing that I thought was interesting is, in the butt of this thing, it has a little spot for your rail lube. Originally, it was in cap first, but I kept pulling the rail lube out, and the cap was left in there, so I flipped it around, and it comes with this little rubber bushing or ring on there, so you put that in there, and it just holds it in there, and it's great. I did get this gear bag. It's made by Allen. It's like $7, and in that, and it doesn't really get in the way. Obviously, it's got my rope cocker in there, which is pretty cool, and it's got my broadhead wrench and some rail lube. That's actually string lube, so I went ahead and put all that in there, and that's just really nice. I'm just gonna leave that out. Also, this is compatible. They do. If you go to Rocky Mountain's website, they do have a silent cocker that mounts onto the back of this, and that's like $100. So it's really interesting. They have all these features on there, and it's at a very competitive price. It is incredibly quiet. So my friend and I, we went to one of our state parks, check your local state parks. Some of them have archery ranges. The one as close to me does, which is great. And he has a compound, and he's over there just trying to be like Legolas. And I go and I cocked this thing, and he literally just stopped. He was all drew back, and he just went, like, stared at me, and I'm like, what? And he told me flat out, he's like, that actually scares me. So even at 50 yards, these bolts were getting buried into the target. So yeah, it's if you're going to go deer hunt with this thing, yeah, your bolts are probably going to go straight through. Now that being said, so with the arrows are 200 grain with a 100 grain tip, maxing out at 300. So I went ahead and got these off of Amazon. Got a gold pack of them. I think it was like 10, 15 bucks. These are about 20 and a half inches. So it's really not that much of a difference. They fire all the same. Pretty much, you're literally looking at like an 1/8 of an inch difference with tips, with the field tips on there. Now, I went ahead and got some small game tips. I can't remember the manufacturer of this one, but this one is mechanical. I just thought it was really neat. It was really simplistic. I had to take out a groundhog with it, and yeah, it works incredibly well. Like, incredibly well. I mean, to the point where this crossbow had enough power that literally at like 20 yards, I hit this groundhog, and it was like instant lights out, and it buried it. I hit him right between the eyes, and it buried the bolt literally at least half to 3/4 of the way. And how it didn't go out the back of his head is beyond me. Thankfully, it didn't, because I didn't want to. I didn't want to mess. But yeah, so it was an awesome shot. I was pretty impressed with it, and the fact that it was like instant lights out, which was cool. Because in the state that I live in, having checked with wildlife and natural resources, with groundhogs, it is illegal to live capture and relocate. So you have to use lethal force. And okay, so that's that. Other than that, this is also extremely quiet. Even one of my, both my friends that go crossbow hunting, bow hunting religiously every single year, they have done since they were probably like, I don't know, 8. They told me flat out that they were very impressed as to how quiet this thing is. It's overall, I absolutely love it. So as far as I know, it was discontinued. That might be the reason why I was able to get it at half off. It just so happened to be on sale. But if you go to get one of these, if you're like, well, I don't want to have to spend a lot, go to Rocky Mountain 405. You'll probably get many years of use out of it. And then if you have any other questions as far as, well, how do you lube the rail and things like that, I'm going to give a huge shout out to Death by Bungee. Absolutely fantastic YouTube channel. I've been watching his channel for pretty much any questions that I have. It's like, well, how do you lube this center part? Because I've never owned a crossbow. It's like, how do you lube the rail? And I come to find out I was over lubing the rail. I was like going all the way up and down, and you just actually take the rail lube and you just kind of dab it on there a little bit, and it'll lubricate itself. So overall, this is a fantastic crossbow. So, and it's incredibly quiet, incredibly powerful. It has an illuminated scope, which has multiple. So once you get it zeroed, you got like little tick marks in the reticle that you can kind of go, okay, like 50, 30, like 30, 40, 50, 60, however. I really can't say enough about it. So Rocky Mountain, you guys did a fantastic job. I really wish that you would not have discontinued this. But overall, hey, and it's my first ever crossbow. Absolutely love it. I'm absolutely pumped to go deer hunt with it, as well as turkey hunting. And then really quick, I'll go ahead and show you some of the broadheads that I got. I went and just bought some cheap ones because I didn't want to like break the bank or anything. So I got some that were on sale. I got various ones. So I got like the small game tip that you guys seen, the judo tip for small game. And yeah, if you're wondering, I actually made this broadhead box, and I can't even pull the broad. There we go. Again, it's just a inexpensive broadhead I got off of Walmart. You know, I'll probably go and buy a couple Rage. You know, here when I actually get ready to go out. I did get some Carbon Express. These broadheads are just ridiculous. I'll go ahead and make sure I get pictures of these for you. So it looks really cool. I call it kind of like the Star Wars broadhead. I'm going to use these when I go turkey hunting. These things are just look like a Jedi starfighter. So, and they are definitively sharp. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting out and seeing what this thing can do and making sure that I'm putting some food on the table, for my family. But past that, dude, that's really pretty much about it. Again, it's the Rocky Mountain 405, 405 feet per second, weighs approximately 7.4 pounds, 139 foot-pounds of kinetic energy, which, let me tell you, when it hits, it hits. It's ridiculous. Power stroke, 14 and a half inches. From cam to cam, it's approximately 18 and a half uncocked. Cocked, it's 14 and a half. And the overall length is about 35 inches. It's actually I really enjoy it. I mean, originally I was looking at some Ravens, and of course, who has $3,000 to blow on a crossbow? I don't. No. If Raven happens to watch this, hey guys, go ahead and send me one. I'll be more than happy to go ahead and do a review for you. In the meantime, I'm actually waiting to hear back from Rocky Mountain to find out if they have a kit, find out if this is compatible for bow fishing. That's something I would love to try. I don't know if it is or not, but I'm waiting to hear back from them. If it is, fantastic. I'll be doing a video of that. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my rambling. As always, if you guys need to go hunting, please double check. Make sure you have your proper permits and licenses. Double check with your state your state and local wildlife officers. Be compliant with your state and local laws. Be an ethical hunter. And with this, I guarantee you, whatever game, whatever doe, buck, tom, hen that you hit, if you hit it in the right spot, if you hit it in that kill zone, it's going down. It might run maybe 30 yards. In fact, my neighbor has a bow. It's not as powerful as this. His bolt went straight through a 13-point buck, and it ran 20 yards and dropped. So with this, it's guaranteed if you hit it, it's down. So past that, make sure you're wearing hunter orange, and be safe and be ethical. And guys, have yourselves a great hunting season. Any positive feedback is always good feedback. Out.